Have you ever wondered how birth order influences personality traits? Specifically, how being the middle child might shape a man into a narcissist? It's a fascinating question, isn't it? You see, every position in the family, whether you're the firstborn, the middle child, or the youngest, carries with it unique experiences that can shape who we become. For the middle child, they're often sandwiched between the accomplished elder and the adorable youngest, and this might lead to feelings of being overlooked. They're not the trailblazer, nor are they the baby of the family, and this can sometimes create a unique dynamic that influences their behavior and personality traits. Now let's talk about narcissism. Narcissism is a complex personality trait characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. But it's important to remember, not all middle children will develop narcissistic tendencies, just as not all narcissists are middle children. However, certain patterns might emerge in some cases. In the context of a middle child, these narcissistic tendencies might be a response to the feeling of being overlooked. A middle child might feel the need to stand out, to be recognized, and this could potentially foster narcissistic traits. They might seek to be the center of attention, to be admired and validated. In relationships, this can manifest as a need for constant validation, a struggle with empathy, and challenges in maintaining healthy, balanced dynamics. Of course, these are general observations, and every individual is unique, shaped by a multitude of factors beyond just their birth order. But understanding these dynamics, these potential influences, can shed light on why a middle child might develop into a narcissistic man. It's not about blaming or stereotyping, but about understanding. Understanding these dynamics can provide insights into their behaviors and inform how we relate with them. So, as we dive deeper into this topic, remember to approach it with an open mind, with empathy, and with the aim to understand rather than judge. Certain traits are often attributed to middle children, but how do these traits contribute to narcissism in men? As middle children, they may often feel overlooked, sandwiched between the achievements of their older siblings and the attention given to their younger siblings. This sense of being unnoticed can foster a strong desire for attention and recognition, which in turn may lead to narcissistic tendencies. Middle children often have a strong desire to prove themselves, to carve out a unique identity amidst the family dynamics. This drive may sometimes manifest as a heightened sense of self-importance, a key characteristic of narcissism. They may also strive to be the best, a competitive streak that can fuel narcissistic behaviors. Understanding these factors helps us to see the complex interplay between family position and personality development. By recognizing these traits, we can better understand the underlying motivations of narcissistic men who are middle children. Do you notice a pattern of attention-seeking behavior in your relationship with a middle child? This could be a telltale sign of narcissism. Middle children, often sandwiched between the accomplished firstborn and the baby of the family, may develop a knack for drawing attention as a survival strategy. In relationships, a male narcissist who was the middle child might exhibit a heightened need for validation. You may find him constantly seeking compliments or angling for recognition. He might also display exaggerated emotions or create dramatic situations to keep the spotlight firmly on him. This attention-seeking behavior can lead to an emotional roller coaster, causing instability and confusion. It's crucial to understand that this behavior stems from their struggle for identity within the family dynamic. But remember, awareness is the first step towards change. Recognizing these patterns can help us navigate relationships with these individuals more effectively. Could perceived neglect and competitiveness within the family structure fuel narcissistic behaviors? It's a question that warrants a closer look. In the middle of the sibling hierarchy, the middle child often grapples with feelings of neglect and intense competition. These emotions can sow the seeds for narcissistic tendencies. The middle child, feeling overlooked, may develop a heightened sense of self-importance as a defense mechanism. This inflated self-perception can manifest as narcissism in their adult life. Competitiveness, too, plays a significant role. Striving to outshine siblings and gain parental attention, the middle child may adopt a win-at-all-costs mentality. This competitive nature can bleed into their relationships, causing them to see others as rivals rather than partners. But remember, These behaviors are often a response to deep-seated feelings of inadequacy and neglect. Understanding these influences can help us respond more empathetically and constructively to these behaviors. Ever find it challenging to communicate with a narcissistic middle child? Well, you're not alone. Many find this to be a daunting task, primarily because narcissistic individuals, especially those who are middle children, often have unique communication styles and approaches. Understanding these unique communication characteristics is a crucial first step. Often, a narcissistic middle child may dominate conversations, steering them towards their own experiences and achievements. They might also display a lack of genuine interest in others' perspectives or feelings, which can feel dismissive and isolating. Another common challenge is their tendency to react defensively or aggressively when their viewpoints or actions are questioned. This can escalate conflicts and make open, honest communication difficult. It's like walking on eggshells, never knowing when the next outburst might occur. But don't let this deter you. There are ways to navigate these challenges. Firstly, it's important to remember not to take their reactions personally. Their defensive responses are more about them and their insecurities than about you or your actions. Secondly, it can be helpful to approach conversations with a clear goal and structure in mind. This can prevent the narcissist from steering the conversation off course. It's like having a roadmap to guide you through the twists and turns of the discussion. Thirdly, setting firm boundaries can also be beneficial. Let them know that disrespectful or dismissive behavior is not acceptable. And remember, it's okay to step away from the conversation if it becomes too heated or uncomfortable. Lastly, seek professional help if needed. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable insights and strategies for dealing with narcissistic behaviors, and they can play a crucial role in fostering healthier communication patterns. Remember, communication is a two-way street, and it's okay to expect respect and consideration from the other person, even if they are a narcissistic middle child. Navigating these challenges requires patience and understanding, but it is possible to build healthier communication patterns. How can you establish and maintain healthy boundaries with a narcissistic middle child? It's a complex question, but one that we need to address head-on. The first step in setting boundaries is understanding what they are. Boundaries are the lines we draw to show where our personal space begins and ends. They help us protect our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. In relationships with a narcissistic middle child, boundaries can be a bit challenging to set due to their need for attention and validation. They may push against your boundaries as a way to seek this attention. But remember, your boundaries are essential and should be respected. Establishing boundaries starts with clear communication. Be open and upfront about what you're comfortable with and what crosses the line. This dialogue helps to create an understanding and sets the stage for a healthier relationship. Next, maintain consistency. Don't let your boundaries be negotiable. If you give in once, it may set a precedent that your boundaries can be crossed. Stand firm even when it's tough. It's also vital to practice self-care. This means taking time for yourself, nurturing your own needs, and not letting the relationship consume you. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. And most importantly, respect your own boundaries. If you don't respect them, it's hard to expect others to do so. This means acknowledging when a boundary has been crossed and taking appropriate action. This could involve having a conversation, seeking professional help, or even distancing yourself from the situation if it becomes harmful. Remember, setting boundaries is not about controlling the other person or punishing them. It's about creating a safe and healthy environment for you, and ideally, for them as well. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Setting boundaries is a process, not a one-time event. It takes time, practice, and a lot of self-love. But the result is worth it. A healthier, more balanced relationship. Setting boundaries is crucial in any relationship, but particularly so when dealing with narcissistic behaviors. So, take time today to reflect on your boundaries, and remember, you're worth the effort. Navigating relationships with narcissistic middle children can be challenging, but understanding the dynamics at play can provide valuable insights. As we've journeyed through this topic, we've uncovered the unique dynamics of being the middle child and how it can influence the development of narcissistic tendencies in men. We've shone a light on the potential for attention-seeking behavior, the effects of perceived neglect and competitiveness, and the struggle for individuality within the family structure. We've also emphasized the importance of setting healthy boundaries and fostering empathy and genuine connection. These strategies can help you navigate the complexities of such relationships with understanding and resilience. Communication challenges may arise, but remember, understanding these dynamics is the first step towards overcoming them. And most importantly, you have within you the strength and resilience to handle these challenges and maintain a healthy relationship. Remember, understanding is the first step towards positive change. You are not alone in this journey, and with the right tools and support, you can navigate these relationships with confidence and resilience.